This is Claire, yes?
Yes, I am, but who are you?
Oh, don't worry about who I am.
That's not how it works.
Can you tell me more about your upbringing?
Yes, my parents are in the lodging business.
Lodgings, huh? Well, that doesn't sound so bad. But what kind of upbringing did you get?
My parents put me through college. They taught me manners and social etiquette. I mean, why should I be telling you, a complete stranger, all that? It's weird.
It's okay, don't worry. Because I know you.
You know me?
Your bad upbringing is showing.
It's a shame that a complete stranger would feel that way about me.
If you're going to get married, you're expected to have the right kind of poise.
Oh. Are you by any chance my future mother-in-law? Are you Thomas's mother?
So what if I am? What I'm really curious about is your parents.
What's wrong with my parents?
What kind of people are your parents?
My parents are very hard-working, and I respect them a lot.
That's admirable. But isn't the lodging business a very common business?
That may be true, but my parents take pride in their work.
But that common background is reflected in your words and actions.
Yes, I understand. I will tell my parents.
You don't have to say anything unnecessary. It will be hard for them to understand.
I don't think so. My parents are very understanding people.
Well, I hope so. But you can't hide your bad upbringing.
Still, I will make an effort. I love Thomas, so...
The wedding is coming up.
I know. I'm so nervous. I wonder if there's anything you forgot to prepare?
You're in charge there, so there's nothing forgotten, right?
Really? I'm getting more and more worried when you say that.
I'm not threatening you, so don't be scared. I'm not worried about your preparations. I'm more worried about my mother.
My mother-in-law?
I'm sorry she's being so vain and assuming so much. I'm sorry for you and your parents.
Oh no, you shouldn't be apologizing for her.
I know, but I know she's rude every time she sees you. We're all businessmen and CEOs in my family.
Yeah, I keep hearing about it. That and I hope you're not just getting married for the money.
Yes, that. As I told you before I met you, I had a breakup because of my mother. It was really painful.
There's nothing I can say about that. I'm sorry.
It's not something for you to apologize for. It's my mother who's at fault. I don't want you to feel bad. I'm trying to be careful.
Yeah, thanks. I feel safer now that you're here.
If Mom says something you don't like, I want you to tell me right away.
I understand. I'll tell you right away if anything happens. You don't have to worry. I'll never ever leave, Thomas.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry to talk like this, even though it's before the wedding.
No problem. We're going to be husband and wife, so we'll get through everything together.
Yeah, that's right. Let's work together.
Let's definitely make it a great wedding.
Of course, Claire. With you, we can overcome any difficulties. Claire, there's something I want to tell you. I want to confirm your true feelings and will. I want to make sure that you understand how hard it is for me to accept you. I wonder if you fully understand that. Can we talk now?
I'm working, but I can talk for a while. Is this difficult?
Are you really going to marry Thomas?
Why?
I think you know. Our family has been a business family for generations. We are a family of high repute, even in our hometown, so we can't allow anyone to tarnish our family name.
Yes, I get it. Thomas has told me so many times.
You get it? You're so brazen. Do you really understand?
Am I not allowed to marry into your family? Thomas and your husband accepted me willingly, but...
Those two are too good-natured. They're too sweet on you. They're really naive or just too nice.
What are you unhappy about? Can you be more specific?
What do you mean? Of course, everything. Where do I begin?
Everything? I don't know. If you give me specifics, I may be able to improve.
First of all, you are poorly educated. I can see that even if you marry into our family, you'll be incompetent and useless.
I doubt that. I am good at customer service and detailed work because of my job. Would that not be enough?
Besides, I heard that at the meeting between the two families, your father is only a high school graduate, and he's also in poor health. And your mother is also just a high school graduate. I can't have an uneducated daughter of a family of high school graduates marrying into the CEO's family. I can't introduce her at the wedding.
Even though they only graduated from high school, my parents have been working all their lives. They run a lodging business, so they've been busy without a break. I have nothing in the world to be ashamed of. Rather, I am proud of my parents. Is education so necessary in this day and age?
It's not as simple as that. We are the CEO's family, and we all graduated from elite universities. Compared to that, who are you? What do you hope to gain by marrying Thomas?
The only reason I am marrying Thomas is because I love him. It is not for money or status.
Love, those things will disappear one day. Tell me honestly, what are you trying to gain?
I just want to build a happy family with Thomas. I hope my mother-in-law will share that happiness with me.
Do you really believe that? I get the feeling that there is more to your words than meets the eye.
That is not true. I sincerely want to have a wonderful future together with Thomas.
Well, fine. But I still don't approve of you. I will have to see if you are really suitable for our house from now on.
I don't mind if you do. I will do my best. I will try to gain your trust.
Okay. Well, I won't get my hopes up. Thomas is the child who is in line to run the business, so of course he's a desirable partner.
I suppose.
Tell the truth. You're more interested in money and status than my son. You con man.
Mother-in-law, there are some things you can say, and some things you can't. I am not a con man. Don't talk like that. It's insulting.
Are you trying to challenge me? You really are a cheeky girl. Fine, I'll remember that. I won't let Thomas marry to a woman who's after money.
Mother-in-law, I'm not after money. I'm not poor. Why don't you understand?
You can say whatever you want. I will never let you marry Thomas. Keep that in mind.
Are you on your lunch break? There's something I really need to talk to you about. I won't take up too much of your time, okay?
What's going on? Something happened, didn't it? It must be something serious for you to message me while I'm at work. What's wrong?
Thanks. I'll explain briefly. I just got a text from your mother.
What, my mother?
Yeah, she was worried. She said we're the CEO's family, and she doesn't want you to have an uneducated wife.
Again? What a thing for my mother to do. I absolutely can't forgive her. Claire, I'll marry you no matter what.
Yes, I know, but your mother said she would never let me marry you. I'm worried she'll do something.
I understand. I'm sorry she made you feel bad before the wedding. I'll take care of it. Don't worry. I'll talk to my mother.
Okay. You will be with me, so I'll be fine.
Anyway, I can tell you one thing for sure. I'll marry you no matter what. Do you feel better now?
Yeah, I do. Thank you, Thomas. That's really reassuring. Mother-in-law, where are you? Please call me on my cell phone. I'm in a hurry, please. You did this to me. I don't know what to do. Can I just talk to you? Please.
What? I don't need you to call me mother-in-law.
Throwing eggs at the bride at her wedding? What do you mean by that? And ranting and raving like that? I absolutely cannot forgive you.
Oh my God, because it's true, isn't it? You and my son are too selfish to marry into our family just for money. You are so rotten. So I thought I would tell you how I felt.
It's too much. To say something like that in front of everyone, I can only think that you have no common sense.
I told you, didn't I? I told you I wouldn't let you get married.
I see. I'm canceling the wedding. I can't go on any longer.
What? Is that how you feel about my son? Oh, so it was all about the money, huh?
It's not that, but you ruined the ceremony. I need to protect myself from you. I don't want to be involved anymore.
I'm sorry to hear that, but it's just what I wanted. Oh, yes, your pure white dress is soiled with eggs. Your dirty wedding dress looked great on you.
I really can't believe you. Have you ever thought about how much your words and actions hurt Thomas? If you are at this ceremony, please leave now. I never want to see your face again.
Oh, that's quite a thing to say, isn't it? I came here to see you cry. I'm sorry I won't get to see it. I'll leave quickly, even if you didn't tell me to.
Please do so.
I'm sorry you had to cancel your wedding. No matter how I look at it, a daughter from a poor family like yours, it was impossible for you to marry into the CEO's family. You should know better than to marry for money.
Well, I'm going to stop texting you now.
I wonder if you're feeling sorry for yourself now? Your thoughtless behavior that didn't understand your place led to this kind of result. It's your fault, so I can't help it. It's a shame that your big day turned out like this, but you learned a good lesson from it. It will be important for your future life. Thanks to my free time, I'm having lunch alone at a nearby luxury hotel, and I'm going shopping. I thought I'd say a few words of consolation. Claire, you're reading this, aren't you?
Oh, mother-in-law. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. The wedding party went off without a hitch over here.
Wedding party? Are you out of your mind? You canceled the wedding, didn't you?
Yes. The wedding ceremony was canceled because of your egg-throwing incident. But after that, the priest arranged for us to say our vows.
What? What's that? I can't believe you said your vows in an egg-stained dress.
No, I changed into a new dress. I went to the reception hall in that dress.
I don't understand. You must be in some kind of delusional world. That's why I hate poor people. Elite families like ours are always looking at reality. There's not a single one of us who seems to live in a fantasy world.
We're not delusional. We said our vows in the real world and had a wedding reception.
Thomas, is it really you?
Yes, it is. I'm with Claire now after the reception.
What do you mean, reception? There's no way you can declare your vows in that dress.
What the hell did you do?
What?
Why did you try to ruin my wedding?
Because Claire wanted to marry you for money, right? Marrying a woman like that. As a parent, there's no way I could forgive you.
There's no way Claire would marry me just for the money. What are you saying that based on?
Because all of Claire's family members are just high school graduates. A low-educated family in the lodging business. It's a run-down inn off the highway, right? Her father seems to be sickly, and the family is destined for poverty. That's why they are thinking of marrying off their daughter to the CEO's family. It's so that they can have an easy life in the future.
You've said enough, you know that?
What's that attitude towards your parent?
Claire's father is the president of a luxury inn. As I recall, he said you had dinner with him earlier.
Huh? Thomas, what are you talking about? Have you lost your mind too?
No, I'm 100% sane. Claire's family runs a famous local inn that has been passed down from generation to generation. I'm sure you've heard of it too.
Oh, famous for its spa?
So, in order to learn the know-how needed to run an inn, my father-in-law graduated high school and he studied at various lodging facilities. And my mother-in-law, who had been his friend since high school, she also studied with him in order to work there.
Really?
By the way, today's wedding is at a facility affiliated with a luxury hotel. They got Claire's dress ready right away, and the reception went off without a hitch.
Huh? I don't understand.
I've been telling you the whole time, but you wouldn't listen to me. The reason why Claire didn't go to university is because my father-in-law decided to open a new luxury hotel. Claire graduated from high school, and then her father decided to open a new luxury hotel, so she went to a technical school to learn the ins and outs of being a hotelier.
Was that so?
Claire is now working as the manager of that luxury hotel.
Huh? Was their business a luxury hotel?
You knew it was a lodging facility, right? Claire's family are humble people, unlike you.
You're kidding, right? Then what about her father being frail?
My father-in-law had the flu. He had a high fever, and it was pretty hard on him, but he was back to normal in a few days.
He must have been pretty sick.
You didn't listen to me. You just made up your own mind. How many times do you have to interrupt me? Why are you interfering with my happiness?
How dare you say that? I just know that if she was marrying for our money, I had to stop it at all costs. I did it to protect the family.
Why do you care so much about the CEO's family and the family name? I don't care about that, and neither does my father. There are more important things than money, possessions, and all that.
Thomas, no matter how much you talk like that, I won't forgive you. I can't ruin this great family that your father has protected.
Dad said he's willing to get rid of all the property.
Huh?
He said he was sick of watching you obsess over such things. He said this is what happens when you have a fortune.
That's a lie. Dad would never say that.
If you think I'm lying, ask him directly. Dad said I don't even have to take over the business.
Huh? That can't be true. You are our only son. That's why I was looking for a wife from a good family.
I'm giving up our family name.
What are you talking about?
After marriage, I will take Claire's surname. Of course, I've got Dad's approval.
I don't know anything about this. What do you mean?
Actually, because my father-in-law owns a luxury hotel, I'm going to be in charge of it.
Why?
He's always wanted Claire and her partner to take over eventually, so we will eventually take over the hotel. He wants young people to bring up the hotel with their sense of style.
Oh no, then what about our successor?
Dad said he's going to let his cousin take over.
Huh? That's impossible. Thomas, I won't approve this.
It's too late. He's already pre-registered.
Why did you do such a selfish thing?
Because you ruined everything, that's why. I really wanted to be with Claire. I wanted to marry Claire.
That's
why. I don't think I'll ever see you again, Mom.
Wait a minute, Thomas. Hey, Claire. What the hell is this all about?
Oops, sorry. I married Thomas.
I won't forgive you. You took away my son, my heir.
How can I take away your son? Thomas willingly took our family name.
Enough with the lies. You and your parents talked him into it, didn't you?
Please don't say that we talked him into it. Thomas was very impressed with my parents.
Your parents?
Yes. My dad and mom cooperated with each other and were passionate about running an inn. They started a luxury hotel while thinking about the future of the lodging business. They have learned how to run a business that is not bound by past formulas. I'm sure there have been many hardships along the way.
So what?
Thomas was impressed by my parents who overcame those hardships. When my father asked him to take over a luxury hotel, I hesitated, but Thomas agreed with a single word.
What? The position of CEO was waiting for him.
Instead of walking on a predetermined path, he wants to be a person who can carve out new paths like my parents.
But that doesn't mean he didn't also have to change his last name.
That's what I told Thomas. He told me that if he kept his family name, his mother would probably get in the way. So he decided to take over our family name.
I didn't know Thomas felt like that. I had no idea.
Maybe it's because you didn't listen to him. Maybe this is what happened.
Huh? You're so cocky. I don't need you to talk to me like that.
I'm sorry, but Thomas cared about you very much. If possible, he wanted to get along with you too. But you were so angry with him about the wedding.
I was. I thought it was for Thomas's sake.
Did Thomas want to be the CEO?
I've never asked him about it, but I figured he'd take it for granted.
Thomas is more than status and honor. He valued his own sense of fulfillment and honesty. It was you who didn't listen to Thomas's thoughts, wasn't it?
Well, I wonder.
Once before, you ruined his relationship. And again this time, Thomas would be angry too. Thomas says he's already cut himself off from you.
Does that mean I won't be able to see Thomas anymore?
That's what Thomas said earlier, right?
I don't want to do that. If you talk to him, Thomas will listen, right? Convince him not to cut me out of his life.
I'm also declaring my separation from you after the wedding. I don't think I'll ever see you again.
What? You won't help your mother-in-law?
I've cut you out. You're not my mother-in-law. You're just a stranger.
Oh, no.
I was with my father-in-law earlier. He's thinking of divorcing you, too. Mother-in-law, you made fun of me for only graduating high school. You also didn't go to university, isn't that right?
How did you know? I didn't tell anyone.
I asked your husband. He said after he graduated from high school, he met you and liked you. But you've changed since. And now, all he sees is vanity and greed.
He said such a thing?
Yes, it was because of you at the wedding today. He said, "How dare she throw eggs at my son's wife? I can't forgive her any more." He was really upset and embarrassed.
Oh, I'm going to lose everything. How am I supposed to live from now on?
You can think about that slowly from now on, can't you? It's your life, not anyone else's. However, from now on, in your life, Thomas and I will not be involved anymore. So, goodbye forever.
What? Wait a minute. Are you going to abandon me? Hey, Claire, help me. I'm sorry that I've done such a terrible thing to you. But please don't abandon me.
Considering what you did to us, I can't find any reason to help you. But if you're in so much trouble, let's talk a little.
Really? Thank you, Claire. I really don't know what to do. I apologize for everything I've done, so please, will you give me a hand?
Isn't it too late to apologize? But it is still important to take a step forward. You can start by admitting your past mistakes up front.
Well, I am truly sorry, Claire. I was so wrong to try to destroy your and Thomas's happiness. I will change. Please.
Yeah, right. I will never forgive you.
Oh, no.
Although my mother-in-law protested to the end, my father-in-law and my mother-in-law ended up officially divorcing. My father-in-law was deeply hurt by my mother-in-law's behavior up to this point. He told me that the trust between them as a family had completely broken down. After witnessing the turmoil at our wedding, my father-in-law decided that he could not stay with her any longer. So he filed for divorce. After the divorce, my mother-in-law received a reasonable share of the property. But the uproar at our wedding led to a claim for compensation. The damage caused by the egg stain on my pure white dress and the ruining of the wedding ceremony cost was enormous. By paying the compensation in a lump sum, she was left with almost nothing. After the divorce, my mother-in-law moved back to her hometown. Even in her hometown, there were rumors about the commotion at the wedding, and her reputation fell. She tried to find a job. But, due to her past behavior, she was unable to find a decent job, and her daily life became a struggle. My mother-in-law has been suffering from stress-related health problems, and has been going to the hospital every day. She never thought that the seeds she had planted would come back to her in this way. On the other hand, with the support of my father-in-law, we were able to start a new life together smoothly. My father-in-law has assured us that he will continue to provide us with warm support. Both Thomas and I are determined to move forward step by step toward the future.